Oh, hi Jesus. What the heck are you doing to me? It's also pouring down rain, if you can't tell. Oh, can you see it in the light? Don't know if I will have a parking ticket. Kind of parked on the side of the road, but other people were parking there because parking sucks. Can you see my jacket is wet? It's like raining. Okay, let me go get the mic. Hopefully it works. I had to charge it last night at like 10 o'clock, but Jack wasn't there. So I had to get my t-shirt because I wanted to make Jack proud, and had to take a picture with Drew. Had to make Jack proud. This is awkward. I live to get the approval. Oh my gosh. Where's my car? Hold on. Could you tell in the clip I was wet and cold and scared? And I was like, I need help. Do I go call Mike while I'm walking around trying to find it, or do I go back in and try to have him help me? I am drenched, if you couldn't tell, but I found the car after walking around the whole building. Oh my gosh, dude. All right, I think we're good. Cute little t-shirt. Nobody commented on my t-shirt that I got for free, but I had this bomber jacket on. I had to rip it off because that is wet. I also have a cheese stick. I told my friend Mike I was gonna eat my cheese stick. Well, I didn't tell him, but we're also gonna go crash a party sometime. We were both really hungry. I also want to try with this new Snapple. I love vodka Snapple, but they didn't have vodka at the event. But it's also dragon fruit, and I love dragon fruit like tea at, as it falls, at, what's it called? A Starbucks. So let's talk about the event. If you guys couldn't tell, I feel way better than I did. Also, my LED lights are burnt out and they won't turn on in my car, so we can't vibe out. I think this is the one where you can like peel. I met my friend Mike. I have a lot of people that I'm friends with who are named Mike. We met him a year and a half ago, summer. Like, he's super fun. And I feel like I don't get to see him a lot now, so it was fun. So I wanted to like go like send this to Mike, be like, hey, look, I made you a little video. And I'm also making you a podcast, but apparently you don't have Spotify or Apple, so you can't listen to the podcast version, and the podcast version is going to be different. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to say it right. He runs like this event, like Catholic. He works for like Catholic life insurance? Because I think Drew does life insurance for them. I don't know. What I was trying to say earlier when I was like, Jesus, what are you doing to me? I can't think straight. I went to one of these events that Mike put on. It was at a different brewery. But I went to one of them, and I'm going to have to go back and find what day, but I think it's almost been a year ago today, the first and only one I've been to. So that's weird. It's in the same town, I believe. And I think I've told you guys the story of when I drove to like a random library right after this to find a book that went with the song. And that was a cool experience because that person had a single coming out, so I was trying to like recreate the cover art in a library. Oh my gosh, now I want to go home and listen to that song. So I'm not going to a library now, but Drew does have a single coming out, Winter Blues, so y'all should go stream it. There's some of Drew's links down below. You're welcome, Drew, if you ever see this. And then I saw Drew perform. I just looked up the date. It was December 20th when he played at the Athenaeum Theater. Last weekend, me, my mom, my dad, and my sister went to go see the Nutcracker at the Athenaeum Theater. And my dad was like reading like about like the description about it, and he like starts saying, oh, the Athenaeum Theater, this, and this. And I'm like, Dad? And then he looks up and he's like, wait, that's where we saw. And I was like, yeah, my dad took me to that show with my friend Danielle because I hate driving in the city. I kind of was like, thought that I would see more people that I knew just because it was Drew. Drew kind of rhymes. But I didn't, but it was really fun to hang out with Mike. Also, I feel like my hair is cute because it's wet. And I got to talk to Matt and Anthony. And Anthony, like, knew my name. What? That's so crazy. I was so, like, honored. Like, dude. He was like, oh, yeah, you go to other music events, too. And I was like, I do. All right. Cheers to Drew. Cheers to Mike. Cheers to finding my car. Cheers to the mic working. Ooh, that's good. It kind of tastes like grape juice. Ooh.
but a little more like tart. Ooh, that is so good. First, it was the mint chocolate chip beach bar. If you guys didn't, I posted about it on Instagram. That is so good. I cannot wait to get my box in the mail. And yeah. So it's just weird. Going back to the Athenaeum Theater, we weren't in the same room where we saw Drew and Armani and all my best friends. I got to meet, well, I didn't technically meet Grace there because we sat in a lot of traffic. Now I feel sad. Like, honestly, I wish I could have met Grace that night, but I chose to talk to all of my other friends. But God's timing is perfect, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity to have met Grace. We met at a Theology on Tap the next month. Grace, you're cute. I mean, you're cool. I mean, you're the best. I don't know. Oh. I was just talking about Drew. I was like, when is Jack coming out with his music? He needs to perform at the Roxy too. Ah! Winter, I think it's Winter Blues, right? It comes out in a couple of hours, and he's like, oh yeah, I hope you like it. You know, it's going to sound a little different, a little bluesy, a little country. And I'm like, I love country. You know that. But I asked him, I was like, Drew, can you ever make a bad song? And he's like, well, probably. Like, yeah, I kind of have. And I was like, okay, maybe. But the bigger question is, has Jack ever made a bad song? And I was like, he needs to come out with his music. Jack, you cannot make a bad song. Have you ever made a bad song? No. And then that's what we were just talking about, like, oh, you have to work through insecurities, and like, what are people going to think? People aren't going to listen to it. And I'm like, I do this every single day, Drew. But yeah, and it was really fun. And it was fun to hang out with Mike for a little bit. I don't get to see him all that often, but when I do, it's a blast. Drew has this unreleased song that he played at the Roxy and that he played at here. I've actually heard, what's the one? Come Down to the Water. That's an unreleased song too. That song is so good. But the thank you song that Drew played, there's a part and it's like, no, I'm not gonna, like, you've done so well, living the life you never thought you would. Something like that. Now I want to go see what he said. One sec. I actually realized I didn't catch it tonight, but I was able to go back from the Roxy because I had it, so maybe I'll post that because he says, you've done so well, living the life you never thought you could. Like, that was the part that was speaking to me today. That whole song, I was just like, ooh, this is a good song, Drew. You can't make a bad song. It's all about belief in yourself, and if nobody else is gonna believe in you, one, I feel like Jesus does, like, go make everybody jealous, go like prove people wrong. I don't know if like that's a sin or something. I just went to confession last night, so trying to be good, you know, go to confession for Advent. It's just like when you look back and you're like, wow, like, look at what I've done. And like, look at this, look at that. Okay, now that I'm saying this, I feel like he said this on his live, because I was talking about like when you set goals for yourself and then you actually did it. I wanted to go to an open mic, and I went to an open mic, and I did it. And it's like when you look back and like when you tell yourself, I'm proud of you. I think this was the song that Drew talked about in his live right before the album came out. Like a little pre-live album party. And yes, Jack would be very happy with me. I got some pictures with Drew. Well, now it's wet, but I got my t-shirt. I've spent more with the AP baseball hat than I did for this $20 little t-shirt. And now I've got this t-shirt, Restless Heart hoodie, the Drew crew neck, which my mom loves the color on it. And now I've got this t-shirt. So, the brand ambassador, the OG fan. We're a big Drew fan. Hope you liked my little review. Clearly I'm in a way better mood than I was after the Roxy. What's his name? Drew asked me, he's like, which one did you like better, the Roxy or like tonight? I just want to touch on that really quick and then we can sign it out. Just because I was trying to explain this to Drew, so I want to explain it to you too. I love every time that I've seen Drew. No matter what my headspace is in, no matter what my mood is, no matter where I'm at, My friends put on good shows. It's about good music. It's about music. But it's also just about spending time with your friends. And so, Theology on Tap, when I saw Drew, back about a year ago, a little over a year ago, that was great, where he talked a little bit about his book. I feel like it was like more condensed. Like, Drew, can you just put on like a 5-hour show? Like, I would literally sit and listen to you play and talk and everything, not to be weird, but like, Athenaeum Theater was great. I got to see quite a few friends perform there, and Grace was there. Hey, Grace. I loved being at the Roxy. I love the Roxy. There's so much anxiety I have going to the Roxy and at the Roxy. I'm not going to lie. Maybe it's just the venue. No, but honestly, I love that venue. I love being with friends, and I've seen so many friends, Jack, you're next, perform there. But this was better, obviously mentally, and here I am in a good mood. But I've loved every time I've seen Drew, and they all have a different vibe, believe it or not. Drew, you put on a good show. Hope you like me in my little t-shirt, and I can't wait to wear this one. I'm just going to drive home. Forgot to sign it out. Ciao, babes.
How exciting, I thought to myself. Jesus wants me to be married. Phew!